Hey, what's going on, tribe? It's Red again, just hitting you guys up with another video. Welcome to my channel. So, you know what, guys? At this point, with everything that's going on, people are choosing not to see what is going on. Just everything that's going on, at this point, people are choosing not to see because certain things are just so obvious, like the control, the divide and conquer. Because I was talking to my friend about this yesterday, about how the world is so divided and there's such an imbalance that how can you not see it? Like, just for instance, yeah, I saw this was a meme actually, about the Romans using the Colosseum as entertainment to keep the masses entertained, yeah, or not entertained, distracted from oneself, yeah. And that's exactly what they're doing again today. Do you know how many millions, yeah, that they put into entertainment to keep the masses distracted? Like football, people, you got players out there that are getting paid millions a week just to play football, and you've got people that can't even buy a loaf of bread and are starving to death. There's no logic in that. But where was I going with that? Yeah, I'm just having a little rant. It's one of them, I don't know, yes, a rant. So it's one of them crazy Matrix talk videos to just shine some light on some places and stuff. But yeah, everything that's going on worldwide, it's like the people being forced to look at themselves, and people are being forced to recognize what is going on in society and how society has been built and what foundations the society stand on, yeah? Because I can tell you this, the foundations for what society has been built on is very unstable, and it's built on lies, and the truth always has to come out, right? So it's starting to happen slowly, starting to see things trickle through, even on the social medias and YouTube and stuff. Like, you're starting to see it coming through slowly. So yeah, people are choosing not to see at this point. But like I said before, there's people that incarnated to do the inner work and level up, and then there's people that just chose to just be a part of the matrix, and then you have people that are going to wake up the hard way, yeah, through pain and suffering and just a lot of pressure, should we say. But for them people that are going to just be waking up, it's going to be could be very traumatizing and scary, because they're going to find themselves in a totally different world to what they thought was real, should we say, because everything in this 3D realm is not real, and it's, how should we say it, it's all built on lies, and it's none of it's real. So it's hard to say, like when you're going through an experience, it's hard to say, oh, it's not real, but it's our attachment to that situation that is making it more real. So I've been practicing this for a while now, but it's still so hard, practicing the art of non-attachment. So whatever situation you're in, don't get attached to it. Just let it unfold and try not to be triggered by it, because it's only an experience, yeah, good and bad. And I've got a download about this the other day, no, it was more of a channeled message, not a download. about the, I didn't write it all down, but I need to kind of review it. But it was about saying how we chose to incarnate here to experience. I think I've said this in another video. To experience even the whole human experience is about experiencing the good and the bad. We incarnated to experience, to co-create, to learn, and to grow and evolve as a species, right? So whatever you're going through, sometimes it's not pleasant when you're going through some of them lessons. They can actually suck, because I know it myself. But I was talking to my friend about it the other day. Yes, Monday actually. No, yeah, Monday. About when you chose to incarnate here, most of us go through a lot on the journey, because I've been through so much on the journey. But in our soul contracts and agreement to incarnate in, we chose what's it called, the hero's journey. So everything is going to be challenging, everything's going to be struggle and battle, and it's for you to overcome them battles and struggles and to triumph, you know, because a lot of how should we say it, a lot of how should we say it, a lot of souls don't get to incarnate on earth, because one, like angels and stuff, they rather not incarnate on our earth, because earth is very dense and heavy, and you have to lower your vibration so much that it is horrendous. Yeah, I'm gonna say it's horrendous, because even right now I'm currently learning to, how should we say it, process emotions, because I'm not used to these heavy, dense emotions, right? Because where I'm from, we don't have like fear. Fear is the opposite of love, right? So we don't have certain things, and it's about processing them, like anger, grief, and all this. These are like, when you're experiencing them, they can be crippling to the human body or whatever, man, and to the mind. But then it's about disconnecting and realizing that none of it's real, and it's just an experience that you've created for you to learn and evolve from. But yeah, when you're going through it, it can be difficult and challenging, this whole human experience. What else was I going to say? But yeah, it's interesting. But yeah, the way things are unfolding, there are, at current, I've done this video, I've said this so many times, there are two worlds actually coexisting at this time. You have one world that is kind of stuck, I call it the artificial world. Control, technology, don't get me wrong, technology is a good thing. Like, it can be used for a good thing, but it depends. You're meant to use it, not let it use you, yeah? So yeah, there's an artificial world that's going on, and there's an organic world that's going on, and they're separating more and more. You have people that are seeking truth and want to be, just live, like literally just live. And then you've got people that are non-aware of what's going on, and then you have people that are waking up. But yeah, it's getting more noticeable, like the split between the worlds. Because I'm seeing so many more and more people that just want to live, yeah, because we've got caught up so much from being a human being, yeah, and people are becoming human doing, yeah. And yeah, so many people like want to just be and just live. Like, people don't want to go and slave away. There's like modern day slavery. People don't want to go to a 9 to 5 every day, and you're spending less time with your parents, no, your kids and shit, and you're working harder and harder just to survive. Like, that's not living, you know. Like, my ideal living, listen, to have a bit of land, to work the land, to eat fresh, organic, grow my shit, and just to be, and just to work on oneself, you know. Some community would be great, so everyone that's on the same kind of path and trying to heal and elevate and shit, and just growing as a community, not being separated and divided. Yeah, that's something that I miss from one of the past lives as well, because most of the Western world, they will have, yeah, they ain't really, in the West there isn't really much culture, and they've kind of taken, well, West didn't really have much culture to begin with, but yeah, culture, it brings people together, and it's all like, yeah, it brings people together, and it's a way of being to a certain degree. It's like people, yeah, brings people together, should we say. Yeah, I'm not going to go too deep into it and that. So yeah, that's something that I'm, yeah, currently missing, the unity and the what's it called? What's the word that I'm looking for? The unity and the connection that you have from being in a tribe or indigenous and all that stuff. Because in the West, like, yeah, for me it's getting more noticeable. Like, it takes, we're social beings, yeah, and in the West, they will have you doing everything on your own, and everyone is just basically doing their own kind of thing, when we should be doing things together. Like, you should be able to go, your neighbour asks you for help, and you should be able to ask your neighbour for help, and even getting advice from your elders, like not just one or two grandparents. You would have like a community where you could get advice from different people and from their experience, and yeah, it's just a bit mad. And yeah, just like I was saying, there's two worlds coexisting at the moment, and this is what's quite frustrating, because if you haven't got land, and growing your own stuff, you don't actually know where the food and that's actually coming from, which is quite frustrating, because the more conscious I'm becoming, I'm being more aware of what I'm putting in and putting on my body. And most of the things that are sold in the supermarkets are not good for you, right? And the people that's meant to be supposedly supporting you and having your best interests at heart, they're doing the complete opposite, yeah? And yeah. So that's kind of annoying. So yeah, there's two worlds coexisting at this moment, and it's going to be very interesting to see, because it's starting to show on a physical level as well, because we've shifted on an energetic level, but it still needs to materialize on a material level, yeah? So it's going to be very interesting, because things are literally falling apart at the seams. Like, certain lies and ways of being, they no longer work. Like, for instance, the school system, that hasn't changed in 100 years, yeah? But the technology has jumped dramatically, right? So something's not working, right? And yeah, the things that they're teaching us in school are the same things that they were teaching when I was in school. So it's like, and they're making it harder and harder and harder and harder and stressing people out, and people getting bombarded with so much stuff. The mind is finding it hard to process, like TikTok, social media, all of that shit, getting bombarded with news and shit. You just get bombarded with stuff, and the mind's struggling to process it. And for the younger you are, the more vulnerable your mind is, because your mind is still growing. So yeah, I feel for the young kids that of today, man. I really do. But yeah, that was just a little rant, because things are starting to change and shift. Yeah, things are starting to change and shift. So we haven't got long, and everything that we're seeing from 2020 till now, even everything that we're seeing, it's like it's desperation. By 2030, we want to have these things in place. Why? Because they know their time is running out. Their time is limited. So yeah, everything that we're seeing is desperation. Quick, we've got to get these new these, and then we've got to get these and that, and everything's rushed. And then to find out that that everyone that got that, it wasn't actually tested, and it was an experimental drug. Yeah, so we've got to wait to see how that plays out, because the more macro metals that you have in your body, you get macro metal from you're getting so much macro metals from, I don't know. Yeah, you're getting so much metal that's put in your body. You're basically a walking antenna at this moment, yeah? But still, there is nothing to fear, because everything is playing out how it's meant to play out. And we came here to experience, yeah? So even though some things may feel scary, or it may look all doom and gloom, it's not. That's not how it is. That's just how it looks on the surface. But underneath, everything's all shifted and changed. We're in a totally different realm. So manifesting stuff is almost instantaneous. So it's important to guard your thoughts at this time as well. But yeah, that was just a little video. It's getting a bit longer than I wanted it to go. But I'm going to hit you guys up real soon. Yeah. Peace, love, and light, tribe.